Welcome to the Barbershop Breakdown Show. This your man Roscoe Squeeze Off with
Rich Blackman.
All right, we're doing our third part follow-up on this, should police be armed? The Baltimore City School Police be armed in the Baltimore City schools? And this is, the reason we're doing the third part is because of what recently happened this Friday. Rich, fill them in what happened on Friday.
Okay, so at school in Baltimore City, Franklin Douglas High School, there was a shooting. Okay, armed gunman tried to get into the school and was confronted by a teacher at the front of the school and was trying to get in. The gunman shot the teacher. It was non-fatal, shot him a couple times, and was quickly apprehended by school police. Now,
with no guns, mind you.
With no guns. Now, about a couple weeks ago, we did a series. Actually, a few weeks ago, we did a series with Sergeant Boatwright, who was an advocate for putting guns in the hands of school police officers, which we believe was well needed. So this here is a prime example of exactly what he was talking about in that interview when we interviewed him then. He was saying an exact scenario kind of like this. What if? And as we all know, board it was 10 members on the board, all unanimously agreed to not have the officers carry weapons on them while they were in the actual school building. What they would have to do is when they come into the school building, they would have to lock their guns away in the front office. And then if something was to happen, they would have to get to that lockbox in the front of the office and draw their weapon. Well, in this sense, although the unarmed officers did apprehend the person quickly, it was just a thing of that could have went really bad, because if that gunman was able to gain full access into the building, then what could have happened? Because you would have the police officers having to get to their weapons at the front of the school. So today, the councils are holding a meeting today to take another look at whether the police officers should be able to carry their weapons inside the school.
And let me just throw a little caveat on top of that. This gun that he shot this teacher, hall monitor with, is a gun that was already used in a previous murder. So this guy is now charged with another murder. So this guy was a complete murderer, a 25-year-old murderer coming into a school with police who were unarmed. And they were still able to take him down, and they only had one guy get shot. And right now the guy is in serious but critical condition. So hopefully he pulls through. But this is something that may have been able to be stopped had the teachers been armed. I mean, had the police been armed. The Baltimore City School Police, who are fully trained and are armed anywhere else they go, just not inside of the school.
Yep, I agree completely. And this was part of the scenario that I had given in the first part of the series, is that everyone's looking at the fact of they don't want to arm police officer in school because of the kids, and the kids may get harmed, and and I get all of that. But my main thing was, which is actually probably on the minds of a lot of people, was it's there to protect the children. You have an armed police officer that should be in the school, or should be an armed police officer in the school, to protect the children from the outside elements, not necessarily inside, what's going on inside, but from the outside element. And as you see, this is exactly the scenario that was given, because there was an outside entity trying to come in to cause harm, because he was coming into school with the weapon, willing to use it on whomever. So we really don't know at this point who his intended target was, but he was coming to school to do something with that weapon. So if he would have gained access into that school, we could be talking about a mass shooting right now.
Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? when we were trying to get this podcast off the ground, we had a lot of questions. How do we record an episode? How do we get our show on all the apps that people will listen to? How do we make money off of our podcast? The answer to every one of these questions is really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing our podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use. And now Anchor can match you with some great sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast. That means you can get paid to podcast right away. In fact, that's what I'm doing right now by reading you this ad. Anchor, we started almost about a year ago, and it's been a godsend. Like I said, it's a one-stop shop for everything. You don't have to have any experience, and it takes you where you want to be. So if you've always wanted to start your own podcast and make money by doing it, go to anchor.fm/start. That's anchor.fm/start. And join me and the diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear your podcast. Without question. And the crazy part about this is, I want to liken, now first, Sergeant Clyde Boatwright, who is the advocate for the police having guns in the school, and he is also the president of the Baltimore City School Police Union. He made scenarios, and one of the scenarios I thought about after his scenario was, it's kind of like likening it to regular police patrolling. Whenever they're out of their car, they have to lock their gun in their car, and if something happens, they have to run back to their car to unlock it to then use the gun.
Outrageous.
We would never do that in society because we want to be protected. Why won't they do the same with the Baltimore City school kids? Yeah. Why do these kids have to, we're putting these kids' lives in danger. And I know you're probably saying I kind of would against it, but I kind of sometimes the devil's advocate or just the opposing advocate side, just to show the other side of the view. But obviously this is something where, we need to protect the kids. That's first and foremost. If you're going to take the time to hire police officers to be in the school, they should be armed. Otherwise, we could just have security guards and save a few tax dollars.
Completely agree. My thing is this. Anywhere USA, okay, they urge police officers to carry your weapons off duty. When you're on duty, right, you have your weapons. When you're off duty, they encourage you to carry your weapons. The reason being, you never know what could happen. It's for protection. It's for the officer's protection when he's off of duty. It's all about protection. So my thing is this.
And your community's protection as well.
Exactly. And my thing is this. So what sense does it have if you encourage officers that are not on the clock to carry their weapon off duty, what sense does it make to have a officer that's on duty in uniform not have his weapon? That doesn't make sense.
On his post. His post is that school. In uniform, on his post, unarmed.
I really hope that today when they sit down and they have this, it's really sad that it takes this. It takes, and that's what I, and you and I, Roscoe, talked about this a little while ago. It's really sad that it always takes something tragic to happen to encourage change, especially when common sense was there already.
Reactionary is what a lot of lawmakers do, and people in power do. They do reactionary type thinking, which is ridiculous. You wait till somebody's shot. You wait till a guy has breached the school doors. A criminal has breached the school doors, and it's still no guarantee that they're gonna have their vote tonight and do the right thing. If they don't do the right thing, I guess they're just waiting for a child to die in school first. Then once a couple of kids die, then they'll make the right decision if they don't do it tonight.
Well, I hope that they intimate change, because at the end of the day, it's all about the safety it's supposed to be all about the safety and protection of those children in the school. So, I hope Baltimore City gets it right. Put the guns in the hands of those officers while they're working their posts so they can protect those children.
And I hope everyone turns out, as many people as possible, turn out to the meeting tonight. Look it up, the Baltimore City School Board meeting. I believe the general public can just show up. Go out there if you can. Make your presence known. Make it known how you feel. If you have kids in school in the city, let them know how you feel. You want your kids to be protected. And like Sergeant Boatwright came on our show and said, the superintendent has 2 armed guards. When the superintendent moves around, they have 2 armed police officers at all times. Why? Because you want to protect them. Have the same courtesy for the children in the school. Absolutely.
So we're going to keep you guys posted. Again, the meeting is today, so we're going to do a follow-up on exactly what happened, what was brought up in there, and if any decision was made to move forward to change or to keep it the same. So we're definitely going to let you guys know. We're going to keep you posted on that again, and we'll get with you guys soon.
Well, as always, thank you very much for listening to the Barbershop Breakdown. It's your man Roscoe Squeeze Off with
Rich Blackman.
Until next time.
Peace.
As they say, the barbershop is the cornerstone of the community. We discuss everything under the sun while bringing you that barbershop-style convo in a podcast. It's hosted by myself, Roscoe Squeezeoff, and my co-host, Rich Blackman. Please check us out on our Facebook page at the Barbershop Breakdown Show on Facebook. You can also join our private group from that very page. If you want to text us any of your comments or ideas, you can text us at 754-CALL-BBS, which is also 754-225-5227. We look forward to all your comments, all your ideas. If you have any topics or ideas you'd like to even be on our show, text us, communicate with us on Facebook. We can make it happen. This is the Barbershop Breakdown. You can go to our Facebook page, the Barbershop Breakdown Show. You can also friend us on Facebook by searching for Barbershop Breakdown. You can also go to us on Twitter at Barbershop B Down. And then you can email us barbershopbreakdown@gmail.com.